Okay, here is something that is so important that I need to talk to you about. As you know, I've just finished an extended fast. For me, as a man, that is an incredible tool for deep fat mobilization, cellular autophagy, and a surge in growth hormone. My body handles that acute stress extremely easily. It unlocks fat stores to burn fat for fuel. It keeps my baseline metabolic rate stable. But if a woman tries to copy the exact same protocol, the results can be radically different. Let me explain. Look across social media. You'll see thousands of women commenting that they do these multi day fasts. They do a very strict OMAD, that's one meal a day, and they have great success. And if they are in their 20s, 30s, they're often telling the truth. No problem with that. Here's the thing, when a younger woman fasts, her ovaries are fully functioning. And what are they doing? They're pumping out high levels of estradiol. Estradiol is a massive, massive metabolic protector. It keeps a woman's insulin sensitive, it keeps her baseline cortisol low. Important. And it keeps her from storing her visceral fat. Why? Because her primary hormone factory is completely secure. It's working. Her brain does not view a long fast as a threat to her survival baseline, really. She can handle the acute stress of a long fast, drop into deep ketosis, and protect her metabolism beautifully. But unfortunately, the moment a woman hits menopause, the biological rulebook is completely rewritten. Why? When the ovaries start to go offline, circulating estrogen levels, they start to plunge. The brain desperately looks for a backup source to keep the systemic hormones from flattening. This is normal. It finds that backup system where? In deep visceral stomach fat, because it contains high levels of an enzyme called aromatase. Okay, aromatase, what is it? It converts circulating androgens into estrone, not estrogen, estrone, but it's a weaker form of estrogen. So clinical tissue research shows that estrone levels can be up to 11 times higher inside visceral fat than what's floating around in the bloodstream. Your body does not see postmenopausal belly fat as some ugly cosmetic issue. What does it see it as? A vital life-saving hormone factory. If a postmenopausal woman tries to force weight loss with an aggressive 24 or extended 100-hour fast, what happens? Her brain experiences a resource crisis. To her system, burning off that visceral body fat means destroying its only remaining estrogen factory. This triggers a heavy, heavy survival alarm. So her body instantly spikes cortisol and downregulates the thyroid gland, specifically converting active T3 hormones into reverse T3. So what this is it drops her baseline resting metabolic rate to match the low calorie intake. So her body, what does it do? It then performs ruthless survival accounting. It looks at expensive muscle tissue and sadly it shreds it down for energy via gluconeogenesis while completely protecting and hoarding the visceral stomach fat to keep the hormone factory open. Not what happens in men, but it happens in women. And this is exactly where the internet's version of OMAD, completely backfires for women after menopause. Fasting pioneers like Jen Stevens, author of Fast, Feast, Repeat, have achieved massive success with daily windows like OMAD. But, and here's the big but, Jen Stevens hammers home a critical rule that is missed by most people who do this. Delay, don't deny. She explicitly teaches that fasting is not a low calorie starvation diet. When you open your window, you must feast. Feast until you are completely satisfied and fully nourished. The metabolic disaster happens when women try to combine the intensity of a 23-hour fast with a restrictive low calorie, low protein diet, and they do it all the time. When you starve a postmenopausal body during its eating window, sadly, you trigger a permanent cortisol driven lockdown on your belly fat. If you're a postmenopausal woman stuck at a weight loss wall for a year or more, you cannot, absolutely not use starvation as a hammer to smash through it. You have to transition from a strategy of maximum stress to a strategy of precise metabolic leverage. First, Lock in a consistent and very predictable daily eating window. And that could be 18-6, 16-8, 20-4 schedule, it doesn't matter. Breaking your fast at the same time every day, it actually lowers insulin and provides predictability to the brain, which is security. So it prevents a low energy survival alarm. Second, when you eat, you need to prioritize protein and lifting weights. I say this all the time. Progressive resistance training with machines, dumbbells, it's the only defensive weapon that forces the nervous system to keep and build muscle tissue. It overrides the body's lazy survival accounting, which is there, keeping the metabolism elevated, which is what you want, while you create a deficit. And third, do not use long starvation fasts to break your plateau. Keep your daily eating window exactly the same, but structurally lower your calories, just say 2 nights a week, with clean, high protein meals and green vegetables. This creates a true energy deficit that forces the body now to withdraw from fat stores without setting off the famine alarm. You never want to do that. Stop treating female biology like it's a smaller version of male biology. It's not. Age challenges the math, and hormones dictate the results. Control the daily food window, feast for proper nourishment, protect your muscle with resistance training, and stop starving a stressed metabolism. I hope this helped, because although my extended fast was great for me, I want to make sure I give information that everybody can use. And it gets to a point at a certain age, and definitely depending on your sex, where there is a divergence of paths. And I want to make sure I'm very clear in that, because I want to give you the best information possible. If you're interested in more, I almost forgot, I have my book, Fasting That Works. It's a great resource. I have a course tied to that. If you buy the paperback book, you get the course for free. There's a code in there. It is not in the ebook. I also have a free 5-minute fat burning hack, which is legit. You can get that for free. Again, link is in my profile. So please take advantage of these resources. I'm here to help you.